my first dream. Chapter 1. The Stranger. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. June 1999. Las Vegas, Nevada. My day was over. Finally. Since that morning, I'd been working at my dream job as a massage therapist in a world-class spa called Canyon Ranch. As passionate as I was about my work there, I was thrilled to be finished that evening. So at the end of my shift, I quickly cleaned and organized my room. I then began the long walk out of the massive spa, through the Venetian Hotel and Casino, and at last to my car. Just as I got off the elevator that led to the parking garage, my cell phone rang. It was my manager, Shane. "Amy, are you still on the property?" Yes, I'm still here," I said. "What's up?" "Can you come back and do a massage?" My throat tightened. I peered out over the rows of cars, squinting to spot my blue Toyota pickup. "We have this client, and he has somehow been forgotten about," Shane continued. "He's been sitting in the lounge area for a while. There's nobody who's free to massage him now." "Oh, really?" I said, buying time so I could think of a way to get out of it. I paused, drew in a sharp breath, and swallowed hard. "Well," I said, "I guess I could come back and take him. It's just 1 more hour." Crap. Turning back was the last thing I wanted to do. All day I'd been looking forward to hanging out with friends. It was hot, 112 degrees that day, and I was wiped. But I did feel sorry for the guy. He'd already been waiting forever. "I'll be there in a few minutes," I told Shane. I then let out a loud sigh and turned around to make the trek all the way back through the entire hotel and casino, through a series of hallways, through the noisy casino, through the hotel, and finally into the spa. All the rooms in the spa were in use that evening, so Shane set up a table for me in an unfinished room. Because the spa was brand new, some of the rooms weren't yet complete. Once I had everything ready, I walked out to the lounge to meet the man. He was an older guy, probably 70, with tan, leathered skin, high cheekbones, and crystal blue eyes. He looked part Native American. In every line on his face, you could read the experience that seemed written there. "How are you?" I said, extending my hand. He stood and took me by the palm. His hands were soft and warm. "I'm good," he said. He had the sweetest smile on his face, so pleasant. And all at once, I was happy I'd come back for such a nice guy. "Follow me this way," I said, leading him toward the room. Once we got inside, I told him the same thing I told all my clients. "I'll start you with your face down." I pointed toward the face cradle on the table, and he nodded. I then left the room so he could change. There are times when you massage someone and it feels like the person's body is resisting your touch. This man's body was the exact opposite. From the moment I laid my palms on his upper back, I could feel his breath. My hands seemed to melt right into him, like there was no separation between my palms and his body. His skin was warm, and his muscles were pliable and accepting. "Wow, you have an amazing touch," he said. "I can tell you're an intuitive person." Pause. "Thanks," I said. I smiled and continued kneading his back in silence. I rarely talked to my clients. I respected the fact that many people want to lie there and decompress in total quiet. But this man clearly wanted to talk, and over the next half hour, he told me all kinds of things about his life, his family, his work. I mostly listened, throwing in a few words here and there. Yet as